21st Platoon. Hard drop. Secure our landing zone.
Understood.
Over the target in 5.
Hang on to your helmet.
Alright guys, we are here on the SES Halo of the People, and today we are going to be talking about war bonds. So while you are on your ship before you jump into a mission, all you have to do to access your war bonds is, if you look at the very top here where it says acquisitions, it's telling me to hit the X button. Once I hit the X button, you see a menu here and you've got the bumpers. You can go to the Superstore and you can buy super credits and access war bonds. Now, when you guys first get into the game and get set up, you're only going to have access to this war bond right here, the Helldivers Mobilize. This war bond is the standard free war bond, and we will dive into it to go over exactly what war bonds do. So you can see here you have all of these different pages starting at page 1, and on page 1 you have access to several different things. For instance, the frag grenade, 100 super credits, the SG-8 Punisher, which is a shotgun, and a new armor set, a helmet, and a cape, as well as an emote to clap, and a background for your player card. So essentially what these war bonds are ways to gain access to new armor, new weapons, new throwables, get you some super credits. I think each page of a war bond gives you access to 100 super credits, which is going to be pretty useful. This is how you will buy new war bonds, and it's the in-game currency which you can buy. You saw that earlier with the store. It also allows you to access the store and buy new stuff from there, though I don't recommend doing that until you have purchased every war bond. And as you can see from this screen, I have all of these things already unlocked. And if we scroll down for the free war bond, you can see there's quite a few different things on here. Whenever you see something like this, which looks like maybe a canister or grenade or something, it is what's called a booster. And if you hit the Y button, you can pull up what each item here does. So for this, the Hellpod Space Optimization, basically when we hop into a match, this is what is everyone has access to. Each player can pick one booster, which will boost the entire team. And this one makes sure that everybody spawns with full ammo, grenades, stims, etc. So pretty useful to unlock all of these. And as you can see, when we scroll down here, I have unlocked quite a bit. Now, when we first pulled up this war bond, I was on page 8. And the reason that it put me at page 8 is because I have not everything unlocked on 8, but everything unlocked from 7 and up. So whenever you pull up a war bond, it's going to put you at the most recent page that you don't have fully unlocked. For me, that's 8. And as we scroll down here just a little bit, you can see I don't have the armors all unlocked and things like that. And I also didn't get this booster here for 150 medals, which we'll talk about in a little bit as well. This increases the number of available reinforcements, and generally it's kind of known as the worst booster because essentially you're locking yourself in to say, I suck, we suck, we're not going to make it. But, you know, it is what it is. I felt like I needed to prioritize other things before this, which I think a lot of you are going to come to the same conclusions for several things in these war bonds. Now, if we scroll down here a little bit, you can see we have different types of war bonds. With the Steeled Veterans, we've got Cutting Edge, Democratic Detonation, Polar Patriots, Viper Commandos, Freedom's Flame, Chemical Agents, Truth Enforcers, Urban Legends, Servants of Freedom, Borderline Justice, Masters of Ceremony, Force of Law, and the latest one as of right now, the Control Group. And as I went over all of these, you may have noticed in the bottom right hand part of the screen, it says Premium War Bond Unlocked. And what that means is I purchased these war bonds. Now, the Helldivers Mobilized just says Standard War Bond because this is the free one. But for every one of these different war bonds, you will have to purchase them. And you purchase them with the in-game currency Super Credits. And as you can see here with the Control Group, it's going to cost us 1,000 Super Credits. Now, I'm recording this at the point where I have went ahead and played enough of the game that I got enough Super Credits just from playing that I was able to unlock this last war bond, and I wanted to show you guys this on camera. So we're going to go ahead and hold down the Y button, and if you look at the bottom right, it's going to start charging up. And then it's going to ask a confirmation that we actually want to buy the Control Group Premium War Bond. And I'm going to go ahead and confirm. And that immediately took Super Credits out of my account. You can see I only have 75 left at the top right. And I have also, I'll hit the start button to show you. If we look at the top right here, I have a bunch of rec. I've got Super Credits. And I have 250 out of 250 medals. Now, medals are important because they are what lets you unlock things from war bonds.
Take us to the fight.
And if we look here at the map, you can see that we have, based off different missions, a different amount of medals that you will earn for completing a mission. So, the higher the difficulty, and this is a rank 10 mission here, you can see the first time that we complete something, we get 9 medals, then 12, and then 15. Super Helldive, the highest ranked mission, is going to give you access to the most amount of medals if you're successful in your mission. So my recommendation for you guys, if you are starving for medals, which I felt I always was while playing the game, crank the game up to the highest difficulty you think that you can actually win, and just try to knock out as many as you can. Now, that all being said, there are also other ways to earn medals. And if we get back here to this main menu, you can see we have a major order. We have less than a day left. I don't think we're actually going to complete this major order, unfortunately. The Leviathans are quite elusive. But if we complete this mission, we will gain access to 50 War Bond medals. Now, you don't have to participate in the major order, so if you never kill a Factory Strider, Impaler, Shrieker, Flesh Mob, or Leviathan, that is okay. If we succeed at this major order, you will still get 50 War Bonds, which is really nice. It's very good. The major orders last about 1 week. They're usually relatively lengthy endeavors. As you can see, 20 million Shriekers, 12.5 million Impalers, 6.25 million Factory Striders, yada yada yada. You get the point. It is millions, and it is global, and it is based off the number of Helldivers that are out there trying to kill stuff. So we have 49,000 active Helldivers currently, going out murdering as much as we can, trying to get this complete. But if we scroll down, you can see there's also a personal order that is daily. So every day, and it looks like, based off my conversations with my friends on here, everyone receives the same personal order every day. So for today, it's extract from a successful mission 3 times. If you complete 3 missions, you will get 15 more additional medals, which is fantastic. So my recommendation to everyone is keep an eye on the orders on the right-hand side. You don't have to participate in the major order, but it does help. And I would say if you are kind of lost for things to do, check out the major order and try to complete that. And every day at least try to complete the personal order. Sometimes they are a little tricky, but usually they are not. Usually they're pretty simple. Just keep an eye out for them so that you know what to look out for. Sometimes it is something in particular, like get some kills with the spear or something like that. So just keep those in mind, pay attention to those, and it's an extra way to get some medals. There are also additional ways to get the medals, but we will dive into that when we get into the map section of the game, because you can find
Helldiver, take
both
command of the
medals
galaxy's
and super
liberation.
credits in game while you're in a mission, which is pretty nice. Which is why I said I grinded pretty hard in order to unlock this last warbond here. And I do also want to note, while we're looking here, each one of these warbonds tends to have some kind of overall theme, which they have gotten much better at implementing later on. So you can see here, we've got access to some pretty cool stuff here. There's the reinforcement budget one. Not particularly great, but still good. Cutting edge, also very good. It has laser sickle, and I think this is electric resistance armor, which is fantastic. We have a shotgun that's explosive. We've got a stun grenade. We have a laser pistol and the arc blitzer, which is an infinite ammo primary weapon. Pretty cool. You can see all the way down here we have different things. I think the 2 biggest ones to highlight for specialization is this Freedom's Flame one. As you can see, the armor is fire resistance, with the cookout being a shotgun that lights things on fire. You have a miniature flamethrower as your primary weapon, another set of armor that's fire resistant, a booster that basically makes it to where when you drop in with any of the hell pods, they light the area around them on fire, which is phenomenal. And then the P-72 Crisper, which is a secondary weapon that is a miniature flamethrower as well. So very nice and also very thematic. You've got a couple of skins here as well. So you can have the exosuit look orange. You can have the basically the warthog, also orange, and also the pelican, little shuttle at the end of the mission. Yeah, these are pretty nice. The chemical agents does something similar with gas weapons, and has a mustard gas feel to it, resistance to gas effects, has a gas grenade, which by far is my favorite grenade, sterilizer, which is a gas flamethrower pretty much, gas resistant armor here, and a stim pistol, which is a secondary weapon where you can shoot it at a teammate and heal them. Very nice, very fun to use. And a guard dog breath, which is basically a gas flamethrower on your backpack, an automatic turret. Very nice. Gas does some fun stuff. I'm not going to get into it in this video. I'm just going to cover some warbonds. This one of note is pretty interesting because it has a stun lance and a directional shield. So Very, very fun. A flame sentry. This has turrets on top of your your resupply pods. We've even got the nice little Spartan helmet here. We have an anti-tank emplacement. Several things. So very thematic. This is a very Spartan-themed warbond. Classic Spartan, not Halo Spartan. They've got the little mohawk, they have a spear, they have a directional shield, they have the kick emote. Pretty nice. Borderline Justice is like an Old West warbond. As you can see here, we have the hand crank marksman rifle, which is very deadly. We have a pretty fast pistol. The gunslinger passive for armors increases sidearm reload speed, sidearm draw and holster speed, and sidearm recoil is reduced. Very nice. We've got the hover pack. We've got dynamite. Very cool, very thematic stuff. Then we have the Master of Ceremony, which is pretty interesting. It's very Super Earth themed. It includes, of course, the one true flag, which is the greatest item in the game. You can plant it on the ground, salute it, and stab your enemies with it. Clearly one of the best. Force of Law is kind of a police riot warbond. It has some stun capabilities, some electrical attacking things. Very, very good warbond. Very nice. And the most recent one, which I just unlocked, and I want to show you guys. When you first unlock a warbond, you can see here all of this is going to cost me super credits or medals to unlock. Now, I have reached the max capacity of 250 medals because I've been grinding this game religiously, trying to prepare for this so that I can show you guys some cool things that I have unlocked. But if we scroll down to page 2, you can see these are all locked and I'm unable to buy them. So the reason for that is because it's going to cost, and you can see this at the top right there, it says spend 150 more medals to unlock. And down here, all of these are also locked until I spend at least 320 medals. So, if I want access to page 2 and 3, all I have to do is start buying stuff. Now, I like this primary weapon, so I'm going to go ahead and buy it. And of course, I like the Epoch as well. It's a nice support weapon, basically a plasma rocket launcher. Pretty good, pretty good. I still need to spend 40. Now, on each of these pages, I like to get the super credits. It's a nice way to make sure that I have them for later. And I need 33 more. And I am very interested in this new armor passive, which is only on the armor, not the helmet, and not the cape. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this armor here. Alright, now that I have those unlocked, I've purchased those, I now have access to page 2. And I have 85 credits to spend. Now, you might ask, why are there multiple sets of armor? And that is because this armor, as you can see from the stats, is medium armor. 100 armor rating, 500 speed, 100 stamina, that's medium armor. This is heavy armor with 150 armor rating, 450 speed, and 50 stamina regen. So it provides the same passive, the Adreno Defibrillator, but it is on different armor types. Now, some of you out there, like my friend Mitch, only ever care about heavy armor, so it might not be worth it for you to actually purchase the medium armor, but I still recommend you get some of these armors because some enemies you want to be lighter armor than others, and some you really want that heavy armor. But I'm just encouraging some exploration of your own time. Now I have 88 medals right now, so I'm going to go ahead and purchase this laser sentry. And now I'm out of medals, so I can no longer purchase any of these. I could, if I wanted to, purchase this player card, which I might later, but I do tend to focus on getting the armor and the super credits. So I think I'm going to purchase both of these first, which will leave me at 67, meaning I'd only need 6 more to unlock this next page. I think maybe I'll get this one. Or the cape. The cape is kind of interesting. We'll see. But yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. What I have for you for the war bonds. I do recommend that you try not to unlock every single thing on the page, but try to focus on the weapons and armor and the super credits. If there are boosters, I do recommend that you get those. For the most part, most boosters are going to be very, very useful to have as an option. Though as you start playing this game, you may find you only use one booster ever, which is almost true for what I do. I think I have a rotation of 3 or 4. But yeah. Alright guys, hopefully that was pretty informative of what these war bonds are, what they do, how to access them, and oh, one last thing. So each war bond costs 1,000 super credits, and as you can see here from the purchase menu of super credits, that equates to about $10. So just keep in mind that these war bonds are going to be available pretty much for $10 each if you want to just spend the money on it. You don't have to. You can find the super credits in game. It's a relatively slow process, but you can access all of this for free. And one thing I want to point out, which I think is pretty obvious now at the end of this video, when I first got this game and I unlocked a premium war bond, I thought I immediately had everything unlocked and was painfully unaware that you have to actually spend medals to unlock all of these different things. So, yep, okay. Hopefully that's pretty clarifying. You guys are aware now of what it takes to get these war bonds and unlock them, and the different cool things you can get from each of the war bonds. Alright guys, I will catch you all next time. Hopefully this is pretty informative. If you have any questions, got lost on anything, or need some extra clarification, or just in general want to discuss different war bonds, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm pretty active in my comments section and pretty eager to reply to some people. So let's get a chat going down there, and hopefully we'll get some clarification for you guys. Alright, with all that out of the way, I will catch you all next time. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of From ODST to Helldiver. If you found any of the information in this video useful, please go ahead and leave a like. And if you have any questions about anything, you want some clarification, or maybe you want to sync up in-game, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and maybe I can add you. We can get a couple of games together. And if you want to see a couple of more videos like this, why don't you go ahead and subscribe. That would really, really be appreciated. And hopefully this video gets you guys a little bit more prepared for when this inevitably drops on the Xbox. I hope everybody watching sees so many similarities between the Helldivers and the ODSTs. They're pretty much doing all of the same things. And I do find this game is, without a doubt, one of the greatest Halo games in the last 10 years. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.